Hey, it's me. We've been moving through these messages in a way that might seem random at first. If you sit with it, I hope you can feel the thread. Each step makes the next one possible, and together, they open new rooms inside you. And that is how a new way of living becomes real. So, in today's message, I want to talk about privacy and secrecy. People mix them up. And when we do that, we lose closeness or we lose space. Both matter. We need time with others. We also need time alone. Privacy is a clean need. It's the quiet where you meet yourself. It's the time you let a thought ripen before you share it. A song not ready to be sung. A feeling that needs a little air. Private time is not about cutting people out. It's about rooting so you can later reach. There's a twist here. Anything true can be distorted. If you hide in privacy to avoid contact, that's not privacy. That's fear. And if you run from privacy because sitting with yourself stirs anxiety, that is also fear. Many of us never give our souls a true moment of quiet. We fill the space with noise, tasks, endless input. We even build lives that keep us crowded so we can say, I never get a moment. I'm busy. When the deeper truth is that we are afraid of what might surface in that moment. On the other side, some of us choose to be alone, but not to meet ourselves. We stay isolated and still avoid inner contact. Then we miss both needs at once. We miss real closeness with others, and we miss the relief of our own honesty. Now, secrecy. Secrecy is not the same as privacy. A secret is not a seed that is ripening. A secret is a lid on something we don't want seen. So I don't mean a birthday surprise that will soon be shared. I mean the hidden thing that stays hidden because it would not land well in the light. If it came into the open, it could be worked with. It could dissolve and something better could grow. Kept in the dark, it breeds more dark. When we defend a secret, we usually know we are hiding something. We may say we're protecting privacy, but that's just a cover story. The mind can use a piece of truth to protect a lie. Privacy never asks you to carry a secret. What is born in true privacy wants daylight. It wants to be shared when it is ready. What wants to stay hidden is usually tied to dishonesty, control, or harm. What is real and good doesn't need to be secret. We also make excuses. I can't say this. I'm going to be judged. People won't understand. If we are in truth, being understood is not the main thing. We try to explain, we listen for feedback, we check ourselves. If our gut clenches at the idea of sharing, often it's because we know something is off and we don't want to change it. We want the love and respect that openness brings without paying the price of openness. That's why secrecy steals. It asks for the fruit of honesty while refusing the work of it. It steals intimacy. It steals peace. It steals the chance for repair. Secrets, as you probably know, block relationship. They keep a wall in place, and then we wonder why we feel alone. We blame the world and use that as proof we should keep hiding. The sane way, though, is simple and maybe hard. Put the secret on the table, little by little even, with care, with help if you need it. That choice builds real self-respect. Over time, it also brings more respect from others than secrets ever could. This path is about ending secrets, starting with the ones you keep from yourself. You begin to see what you pushed out of sight. You bring it into awareness. Then you practice with safe people. You let your outer life match your inner life. There is a deep relief in this. You stop bracing. You stop pretending. You become less afraid. If you carry harsh thoughts about someone, don't nurse them in the dark or spread them in whispers. Bring them into the open with a will to find what is true. If what you want most is truth, you will find it. If what you want most is to be right, well, cling to the secret. And yes, shouting an accusation in public is not the same as being open. That can be its own attack. We are growing into a new kind of person who cannot carry secrets. In a clearer state of mind, a secret feels like weight on the chest. It's heavy because it is heavy. The closer we move to the heart of love, the faster that weight dissolves when we choose light. Maybe you've already felt this in your circle. More openness, less tolerance for masks. The cost of hiding becomes too high. The effort to speak honestly starts to feel worth it. This belongs in every bond we care about. Partners, friends, communities, even nations. Imagine how often governments choose secrecy as if it were wisdom. Imagine the spillover of that habit. Peace will always be delayed if the default is to hide. Hiding what you judge in yourself also hides your best parts. The shame fog rolls in, and soon even your gifts look blurred. Many things we fear to show are not even bad. The secrecy makes them feel bad. Lifting the fog matters whether what you hide is off course or simply misunderstood. Because when you bring it out, you can correct what harms and share what helps. If you reveal yourself and meet a lot of blame, pause and check how you shared. Were you opening with a real wish to see and change what hurts you or others? Or were you demanding approval for what you do not plan to change? Honest self-revealing is a prayer in action. It says, I want what is true more than I want to be defended. I will look again if your feedback shows me something I missed. That is very different from, I showed you, so now you must accept all of it as it is. Right? You also have a right to privacy. Some people pry for the wrong reasons. We know these people. They want material to raise themselves up or to use against you. Close the door to that. And know this, if you still cling to secrets, it's hard to tell the difference between real care and unhealthy prying. The clearer you are inside, the clearer your sense of other people's motives will become. Transparency takes practice. It's a skill. At first you may think, oh, I can't put this into words. Try anyway. Start clumsy. The words come as you speak. The more you practice, the more you find your voice. You'll be surprised by how many people say, oh, me too. Once you go first. The most intimate bonds demand this. If you keep even subtle secrets, the deep joy that you want will not land. You have to risk showing who you are now and keep doing that as you grow. In time, the backlog clears and a steadier flow begins. You feel how life keeps moving inside you, and you can bring that movement into the space between you and another person. That's how a wide field opens where you once felt trapped. Friendship also asks for this risk. If you hide, you're never gonna know if you are truly loved. To take the risk, yep, you need someone that you can trust. And you need some trust that a higher part of you can guide you better than your own defenses. If that trust is thin, say that out loud too. Ask for help. Look back at your growth. Notice how each moment of honesty, of honest sharing, changed your life. Notice where you still hide and how those places match the parts of life that still feel stuck. The key is right there. You can also look at the world. Nations relate through secrecy as if there were no other way. We can do better. It begins with us, in our homes, in our communities. We're building a model, even if it's small. We learn to stop projecting a false picture. A secret always says, I want you to see the image, not me. And that cost is high. It strains your bond with yourself, with others, and with God. Picture a life where nothing needs to be hidden. If you feel the urge to hide, ask why. Maybe it's a pattern that harms. Then bring it into the light so it can be changed. Maybe it's a beautiful part of you that only feels wrong because it's been kept in the dark. Bring that out too. Feel the relief of setting down the armor. Feel the clean pride of walking open. Only then does your deeper nature unfold. Gifts long held back begin to move. You dissolve one layer of hiding and a new strength appears. Then you notice another layer and work with that one. This is how freedom grows. A world with no hiding feels like paradise. That is the direction of growth. The Christ light within cannot live through a false image. Don't call secrecy privacy. Look at the real reasons you cling to it. Often it comes down to 3 fears. Either the fear that if you let people see your lower self, you will be unacceptable, or the fear or belief that you don't know how to share. And the third being the fear of feeling too exposed when the shell cracks. The cure for each of those fears is the same. Turn toward God with the whole of you. Ask for help. Choose new actions that line up with truth and care. You're welcome to join our Alchemy Circle, which is a safe place, a safe container to practice just what we're talking about here. Now, there's also a kind of exposure that hurts in a clean way. As you open, your senses sharpen. You feel the pain of harm in the world. You notice waste and cruelty. You may feel sad about the way life feeds on life and nature, and also see the rightness built into the larger arc. You feel grief for what people do to one another and to the earth. This pain is not the same as the old neurotic ache that punishes and loops. This pain has love inside. It clears you. It moves you towards service and joy. If you numb this pain, you numb joy as well. If you let it touch you, It strengthens your choice to stand with the light. That is our work. To drop the walls that keep us from each other, to live in a way where our inner world and our outer world match, to become simple and honest enough to be seen. That is what I want for you and for me. A life with room to breathe. A heart light enough to love. A mind clear enough to tell the truth and to hear it. Step by step, we can go there. Love you. Connect soon.